That's right, it's time to get into a grand final. It's a best of 5. It's FaZe taking on G2 for the Intel Extreme Masters title. And we're ready to kick it off right now with JACKZ and Moses.
Thank you, Trace. 10 years of history in Katowice. On this stage, there is not a single major winner. 2 teams that have been all X's, but today one will finally get to check this tournament off. Inferno, Mirage, Dust 2, Ancient, and Nuke. And I have a feeling we will need all 5 of those maps. Strap yourself in and get ready. It could be a long but incredible battle in Counter-Strike nights.
Yeah, that'd be a beautiful thing, establishing history all throughout the afternoon, the evening, everything. FaZe and G2, Pistorana is live, and G2's gonna kick it off. m0NESY, NiKo towards the top of Banana. They're gonna encounter some trouble. m0NESY with the dualies. We love that. He turns a little bit late. NiKo's got his back. He's got the opening kill. An area where G2 excelled yesterday. And there it is. aleXiB comes in for a double as well. They're all chiming in early. And G2 looks to be securing the pistol.
And that's the aspect of G2 yesterday. It was all chiming in. Not just early, but throughout the entire matchups. At one point, Na'Vi was down, I think, 10-2 and had more multi-kill rounds by individuals because G2 was so successful at getting trades, at playing efficiently, and this time it's down to just ropz and broky.
G2 played one of the best Infernos we've seen this whole tournament yesterday in the semifinals, so it's very, very bold for FaZe to be picking into it on the opening map. 2 versus 5, and nobody from G2 is really even touched. NiKo just shrugging off the 11 damage he took earlier. Those dualies, they've been involved in the action, but they haven't found success. They do now, and NiKo takes down ropz. On point for G2 to start the series.
And once again, m0NESY comes out with a kill in the opening round, which is good again, but I don't think stage fright's a factor anymore for him.
No, it's been the wild thing coming into this. We usually give the young players a little bit of a pass their first stage game in front of the big crowd. We usually, go a little bit soft on him, and he's just stepped up to in such a massive faction. There's no reason to even have that discussion. He's been an absolute phenom, and we know we're gonna see some fun out of him today. And on the stage as well. Round number 2. Now, FaZe is so dangerous in these rounds. After losing the pistol, they actually win these second rounds more than they lose them. So G2's got to be on top of their game.
And that's a factor early on to consider, because if they don't, it will give us an indication of exactly what teams we're facing against. And Twistzz, AWP. Might as well call it the hand cannon. Deagle instead, though, to take aleXi. He gets traded out by NiKo immediately on the MP9. Will push down, smokes to cover the arch. They are forced back inside the middle, and JACKZ ready for them. As m0NESY waiting as well in the crossfire. Player above, one below, they'll swing it out, and not this time, not for FaZe. They will not get away with that incredible statistic that has won them and gotten them so much success in this event.
Good teamwork from JACKZ and m0NESY there after the initial kill from JACKZ boosted up on top of the roof. They both slide out to maintain the vertical stack to make it difficult for FaZe, and that's in the second round. So should be a little bit of a breather. Some Deagles being picked up by FaZe Clan on the offensive side of things, but no armor, no utility, so looking to just do a little bit of economic damage. Going to be a tough round to turn it in their favor.
See if the Deagles can find any more openings. Twistzz was able to get that first in the last round, but then immediately fell. Hunter's going to go very aggressive, considering that is an A1S, but NiKo's not leaving him alone. He stands on the half wall. Don't want to give up a rifle to go along with these pistols. Not for free, not without having trade potential on it to protect the weapon. JACKZ, very good in the pit yesterday. Very efficient. And I was most impressed with the T side as well of FaZe, the way that they were able to force the rotations. Na'Vi just seemed one step behind on so many occasions, but right now this is a great start as well on the defensive side.
Yeah, we'll sink into their T side in the next half. They were spectacular on it. Part of the reason this G2 team has been so good, one of the conversations in the semifinal, the glue players. You mentioned JACKZ, he's had some absolutely monstrous moments in this event so far. Hunter as well, overshadowed obviously by NiKo and by some of the excitement around m0NESY. There's a good find, right through the wall, picks off ropz. But Hunter is quietly putting up an incredible tournament as well for G2. Everything clicking, everything coming together for this new G2 roster, and they're going to be taking a 3-0 lead.
broky goes down, it'll fall, and it means now we get guns out from the FaZe perspective as well. Not an AWP. karrigan still waiting to purchase and see what his team wants to go with, but it'll be AK-47s across the board. They'll hold aleXiB on the MP9. You've got the FAMAS as well for JACKZ. So this is a situation where in which G2 don't have to reinvest and overextend on this, and aleXi can actually be rather aggressive. This is just sick. This guy knows every trick already. A high schooler that moonlights as m0NESY on the stage, that is just amazing.
I mean, I think coming into this, we obviously talked a lot about him. I think there was that stat flying around on Twitter. He's played about 10% of his lifespan has been invested in Counter-Strike, which is pretty wild for someone that young, but you love to see it, and obviously the results are showing. We're gonna see what kind of offense FaZe is gonna open up with. Twistzz gets the pop flash to get him out of the Molotov. Good opening, good double opening for him and karrigan. Twistzz has been a revelation when he joined FaZe last year. And obviously the rise of broky and now ropz coming in as well. This young trio, refreshing and aging super team has been so good. It's all on Hunter.
Hunter holds, good flashbang. Got the help from m0NESY, but he goes down to karrigan, who now has 3 in the round. What a start for him as well, leading by example. As JACKZ will come over to try and get m0NESY into position. The same man who formerly flashed will now get flashed in as he chases karrigan down, and he will find him on the retreat. But the retreat is indicative that they are on the A site, and with the rotations, this is a free bomb plant for broky, and they'll go as deep as possible with it.
Yeah, I think Hunter needed to get a double kill on his aggression if they wanted to actually play for this round. Actually, it looks like they're considering going for it, but they're so far away. Yeah, time to back off. The bomb has been planted. FaZe had plenty of time to get into good positions. And G2 want nothing to do with it. Small hunt from ropz, but I don't think he'll be too dedicated. So good opening round in the gun rounds for FaZe. Double entry from karrigan and Twistzz, and you have to know, karrigan, one of the most experienced and savvy in-game leaders we have. What we saw yesterday from G2's defense on Inferno, constant pop flashes, constant re-aggression towards top banana. FaZe is gonna knock them all out, but you know karrigan's gonna be prepared for that. You know karrigan's gonna have his team prepared to deal with those situations.
What a start from him through the smoke, and you're right, Twistzz was in there to support it, got the assist on both of those that made it possible. Hunter was so close to the double that you talked about, and karrigan spins around and nails the headshot. So on the board for FaZe. Still waiting for broky as well to get into this because he was the highest rated player coming into this. Remember in the group stages, NiKo had a 1.5 rating, and in the stage, it's just been the whole team, so he hasn't had that chance to shine, hasn't needed to, but broky has been doing such great work for FaZe, who, again, Rain not here. JACKZ, he already stood in for ropz, which in some ways I think is lending themselves to this duo that they're having right now, because he would have been familiar with some of the roles and perspectives that ropz has, but now he has to cover for Rain, who's surely at the hotel right now watching as intensely as anyone.
Yeah, but he's been grinding. You know JACKZ has been playing some of the most Counter-Strike in his life leading up to this event, just trying to get back into playing shape, and has he ever. Now hold on to your seats, hold on to your butts. m0NESY has the AWP. Hasn't encountered anything just yet. And he's gonna keep hold. He wants to keep hold of information towards Boiler, towards top mid, especially as utility comes out. Gets into a new position. FaZe spread across the map. They've got banana control and now starting to pressure towards top mid. This G2 defense hasn't been able to read where the hit is going to come yet. m0NESY, as we said, he wants the information, and that's got one. JACKZ tucked into the corner. Small target, but big enough for m0NESY.
No targets. Too small for m0NESY, let's put it that way.
Aim small, miss small.
So fast. It's ridiculous. And he's rotated as well over to the other side of the brackets now to hold in front of Library, knowing that he's already made his presence known on the pit side. And with this AWP, they're willing to sack out 3 over on the B site. They're so confident in that early pick.
That kill from m0NESY is great because G2's kept 3 players here. They've had him here pretty much this whole round, and they don't have to move anyone away. Twistzz gonna come in. Talk about precision. He's one known for it. Alexi B, small target, but Twistzz is burning. There's the trade on the boost. One more player to find, and you never expected NiKo. AWP is taken away, and that's a pretty big deal, but karrigan is left in an almost impossible 1 versus 2. 8 seconds left on the clock, and he's just gonna give it up. You imagine he comes back for the AWP. But that's a 4th round for G2 based off that 3-man stack.
Yep, solid from NiKo, slid out late. Twistzz was traded. It was well for ropz to find one, but like you say, broky coming in with the bomb late, never gonna suspect that he was there. Cleans up both 4-1 now for G2. FaZe gonna have to go back to the drawing board, but still money left over as they've already pulled out, I'll say it right now, broky on the AWP to go up against that of m0NESY.
Well, m0NESY's not gonna have one this round. That's at least maybe the one positive that FaZe can take away from the round, is that karrigan was able to cut him off in CT spawn and take that weapon away. So now we get to see broky, and as you mentioned, candidate for MVP of the entirety of IEM Katowice. A great performance here in the grand finals would all but secure it. Twistzz flashed through the smoke, and he's found Alexi again. Good opening provided for FaZe Clan.
Able to slide away as well. NiKo doesn't try and spray him down through the half wall. He wants to see if there's a gap in the smoke instead. He gets it clean, walks right out, and Twistzz never saw it coming. NiKo gets it back, and now they have banana to play with. broky has to get away because he was sitting in the open far too easily to be picked off by that AK-47 as well.
Yeah, lucky that grenade went towards tree. NiKo even sticking on top of the car, peering over the smoke, has the information, a deep smoke as well. That brings Hunter over, shores up the defense at the A bomb site. He'll be blocked off by smoke. And here comes the attack, ropz. Just a quick peek and falls away. JACKZ missed his chance, but there's the push. There's the star factor. NiKo getting aggressive, taking taking matters into his own hands, and G2 cleaning things up at A. Still looking strong on Inferno.
NiKo with 3 in the round, and they lost the opening pick. He pulls that all back, and he sits on 8. He and m0NESY leading the way. m0NESY as well. Hasn't even found much on the AWP aside from the 1 kill toward the brackets. Influential kill nonetheless, because it forces them to rotate off. He's just going about business with every weapon right now.
A little bit of a breather round for G2. Deagles back to pistols. They'll know they have a huge economic advantage. Can't fully sleep at the wheel against the Deagles, but they won't be encountering a whole lot of flashes or smokes from the attacking side. So a round that G2 is expecting and hoping they can build up some bank. They know they're going to need it for later. Still very early on. Plenty of chances for FaZe to recover this half. Just down 4.
Deep nade. karrigan forced back off of that. Does have armor, so he would take not as much damage as potentially JACKZ or broky would in that situation, as well as Twistzz for that matter, but still trying to get a lucky shot toward the barrel's position. Twistzz there with him now, could also start spamming. They've actually pushed up, knowing that they're back toward the stairs, and Alexi B is gonna work his MP9 into play. He might even get flashed. He has back down. I expected one to come over, but NiKo is not gonna give him one. Doesn't have one to throw, just has the incendiary instead as Alexi B spots the shoulder, swings, karrigan goes down, and now NiKo's in prime position to capitalize for everyone else trying to get him.
Yeah, well done from Alexi and NiKo. Those two playing off each other very well. broky hoping Alexi's gonna go for another jiggle peek, wants to get a little bit lucky. I don't think anyone's gonna be making his day anytime soon. NiKo still peering over the top of the half wall, gathering intel, giving Alexi B the chance to swing off of his shot. And FaZe is trying to bait it out, but Alexi is holding his nerve. This is good work. Finally, he swings and goes down. 18 seconds, he's bought so much time. NiKo's gonna sneak back into the bomb site. m0NESY's gonna rotate over, and that kills everything for Hunter. One more coming up mid, that's broky to fall. And Hunter's gonna go down right at the end. Good shot from JACKZ, but this round is out of control, out of contention. And that's 6 for G2.
Yeah, Jack's just waiting for it at the pit at that point. You're right, 6-1, you mentioned it. This is FaZe's map choice, despite how good G2 looked on it yesterday. That's the trouble in this series. The best of 5, you do not want to lose your map to start things off. It's an uphill battle the entire way. We expected it to be a long night of Counter-Strike, while FaZe has yet to show us that they've arrived and are ready for that. They'll call a timeout now to talk things over. Just to note, NiKo in the playoffs so far since being on the stage in the Spodek has only 20 kills per map and 73 ADR. Far less than what we're used to seeing for NiKo, but so far in this game leads the way, so maybe he's going to take the finals under his wing and deal with it.
He's another one of those players that has the unfortunate task of always being measured up to just inconceivable standards, but he set them himself. Yeah, he's been quiet, but it's not, I don't think, due to any kind of lack of performance in his regard. It's from the incredible step up in performance from m0NESY, his incredible resurgence, his cousin Hunter as well chiming in. NiKo hasn't had to be that all-time hard carry that we've seen him have to be in the past, especially when wearing the FaZe jersey, so he's probably loving life, only having to do an average day's work.
Supply of grenades left outside of the entrance to ruins on the CT side, as well as a few back toward the arch. It was Hunter that went over to give those and put those in position for the B players. And that's one of the interesting things about dropping nades now, is you can actually hold places like Banana for so much longer. We often talk about that lack of a last smoke. karrigan, meanwhile, though, already toward the top of middle. Crossfire set. NiKo's gonna try and bait them in. Hunter sneaks away into the corner. Lineup nearly getting them both, but Hunter comes out and pays his cousin's favor back as he takes karrigan down. It's m0NESY that's now inside of the sight. Says he has to hit ropz. My God, this man is quick. And he'll hold off A for now. Bomb back to B, and it's all down to Twistzz to try and find this entry. Has to back off as well. Wasn't quite far enough through the smoke. If he had been, Alexi B would have been a dead man coming around the corner to check it. Nade. There's still this massive cache of grenades there. He's gone back to pick up another nade. He's got the incendiary as well. He's also got Hunter rotating over. Defensively, as much as you talk about the A1S, the dropping of nades for utility positions is extremely important as well.
Oh, the timing of this.
Goes up as well with no smoke on it. Alexi has to back off. Twistzz wants to swing it out. No chance. Straight down, clean headshot. broky backs off, sprays in for one, and Hunter steps out to finish him.
We mentioned it, dangerous in map for FaZe to come into. G2 looked so good on it yesterday. Again today, they're finding opportunities to have these bait and switch setups. Again, NiKo and Hunter tucked into closet this time. They get a kill. They don't expect there to be a second player. The follow-up players for G2 are being so impactful. The team play has been incredible early on in this game in the first 8 rounds that we've had. They've got a 6-round lead. FaZe not really alive yet into this opening map of the grand finals.
m0NESY down toward the bottom of the stairs. Twistzz hears that shot, and it's warning enough not to peek back around the corner. NiKo as well with a smoke just behind him. Preemptively fires again, and that will now be covered off. The position no longer available as Twistzz instead will look for a Molotov to clear position to try and get something back on the map, but so many smokes down, it's not going to do anything. In fact, it just extinguishes itself around the corner. They have gotten toward top middle, however. Rotations have already gone back the other way, though. JACKZ, again, from the pit. Finally, they'll rain down on top of him. As the nades land, ropz able to get m0NESY as well, but they haven't found Hunter in the corner, and this is a problem because the rotations from B. Alexi down toward top middle. Hunter getting the last but one to find as Alexi B comes in, and Twistzz is a dead man as well.
Hunter's got 8 HP. If he doesn't nail that headshot, he goes down, and then maybe they can get a plan. Who knows what happens from there. Still a huge advantage it would have been for G2, but they hold on just barely. That round had an element of danger to it. FaZe knocking on the door, back with AK-47s in hand, still looking for their second round. G2 recovered the first gun round loss so quickly. It's been 5 rounds straight for this defense. And now it's time, again, we talked about the experience of karrigan, one of the all-time great in-game leaders. A lot of pressure is going to be on his shoulders to find a solution to these problems.
Against his former teammate NiKo as well, who they shared the stage together here, having lost to both Fnatic and Astralis. They lost to Cloud9 in the
mid push.
Final. This is a huge push. You're absolutely right. Hunter down toward the bench can cover off the entire position at alt middle right now, including that where ropz is going. If he sneaks into the apartments, it's not going to be clean. Hunter's going to go instead, though. So that's revealed. He's low, and he will fall, but does further damage on a karrigan as well, finding a dink. That's massive.
Yeah, that's cool. That's calculated as well. That's just, you're sending him on a mission that he's not coming back from, and Hunter's able to find one, plenty of information, the extra damage. And think about the confidence it takes in the young Alper to make that stroll down mid, allowing him to cover you with the AWP. G2 started to dig into that defensive playbook. Again, they're gonna leave Alexi B alone just for the moment at the B bomb site. NiKo now just shuffling back. ropz trying to distract, trying to give an image that the A bomb site is gonna be the final plan. Utility used over towards B to stall things out just a little bit longer.
Nades, well timed, nearly gets karrigan in his completion as he goes down to 13, but a good shot. JACKZ finds NiKo, forces Alexi B back, but not before getting a kill in return, and a clever smoke will cover his transition between both Nubox and the pillar. Transition is the name of the game for FaZe, though. 27 seconds, they were on the horse. They're going back through middle.
No smoke from m0NESY.
Rotated, and you're absolutely right. m0NESY is ready, and he's never gonna miss that shot. ropz around the corner, immediately gets taken down by the flash. JACKZ holds off on the pit, and m0NESY's rotated. Speaking of the flash, though, he's flashed off the angle, but back he comes, and down goes karrigan.
And I'll tell you what, that's around, I think karrigan almost mind gamed himself, but you got to give props to G2 because we've seen it a couple times. That follow-up player tucked into corners has them worried, has them very, very paranoid about committing to that B bomb site. They're like, every time we've come here, there's been one extra player that we didn't expect. Back to the A bomb site, they don't have the resources for it, and they're punished.
There's so much firepower on G2 right now. I know Maniac said on the desk that FaZe has so many stars, so many guys that can swing the game. Not when you have an Opera that's this fast, that's rotating this well, considering the age, the inexperience. You've got NiKo finally going off on the stage as well. That's just another component that's so hard to deal with. JACKZ playing, in my opinion, the tournament of his life. Hunter's really been incredible in his performance, his improvement over the last while. And look, Alexi B is no stranger to this. Another man who's been in a final on this stage and not won it, with Entz, obviously a major final in that case. And he would like to go the next step and take the trophy.
Having an Opera of this caliber is something that the G2 team has always been missing, and it was one of the biggest problems they identified last year, so you got to give props to the organization for going out and making sure they can get that young phenom into the team, and boy, is he delivering. 8-round lead now for G2, and it doesn't look like they're going to slow down at all. I don't really have a lot to talk about for FaZe so far, because I haven't seen anything positive. It's giving me a feeling they can actually overcome and break through this defense, but they got to keep trying. A bit of a scuffed by. Galil on ropz, AK-47 on karrigan. He was going for some entries. Got to imagine he might pass that over to someone like Twistzz or JACKZ, but Not quite yet. A little bit of utility in the hands of FaZe as well to work with.
Certainly something that they've talked about on the FaZe lineup. Guys like Twistzz needing to take authority in those situations. I mean, Twistzz is so confident with his deagle. That's the problem. He just thinks, well, I can do it this way. If I'm strong with the deagle, you have the AK, but sometimes he just probably should take the weapon.
Yeah, it's probably the next progression of him as a player in his career and as a star of Twistzz to be able to start taking control and saying, I am going to be the guy who wants the gun in my hand. I want to be able to have that AK-47. Give it to me so I can provide the opening. Maybe not quite there yet. Alexi looking for information, jumping over the half wall. Flashbangs come out. They want to pressure. They want to take it. Alexi's going to get blinded. Molotov to cover his retreat if he wants it. They're going to put it out. They're coming through. Alexi, he goes down. A little bit of damage, but NiKo's here. NiKo's still in play.
Water position is tough, though. He knows the flashes are going to come through, so he's staring at the wall. They're going to walk toward him, not spot him up, jumping and spraying. He's going to find two because JACKZ wasn't on his feet. Hunter comes in and dies in the same position that his cousin did. Twistzz at range, at distance, will take down m0NESY, finally missing. And it might give FaZe their second round as the ball in play. 24 seconds, they'll go back to default because he knows that ropz is holding off for Banana, but that's exactly where JACKZ is coming from.
It's going to be tough. A lot of time for Twistzz and ropz to get comfortable. Without utility, looks like they're clearing towards spawn. Twistzz is on for the ace as well. JACKZ, he spots the leg, but ropz is too quick. Galil takes him down, and FaZe has two. This round, nothing crazy tactical, but they found that great timing where NiKo was falling off for the B bomb site. They knew they had Alexi B on his own, and good call to not give him the space to fall away. Put out that Molotov and chase him down. All back in the hands of FaZe. It's in the hands of m0NESY as well, and actually G2 is going to switch it up. Double AWP setup for the defensive side.
Yeah, first time we're going to see this. Alexi be the one to bring it out. We look back, Twistzz, you're right, almost onto the ace, gets a rifle. Gets the M4 to make it almost happen.
That was almost a disaster because they, again, didn't have the smokes for m0NESY. A very, very quick shot, as we know, just a little bit off the mark. m0NESY again peering towards half mid. This time, flashbang in his eyes makes it near impossible. Molotov to delay, bracket control for FaZe. They're going to readjust the defense. Again, NiKo's rotated over. 4 players to defend. The confidence of the AWP and Alexi B's hands at top. Banana to leave him solo.
m0NESY again going to go out. He's got the angle, finds the one first. I'm surprised no swing, no response from karrigan. He might be fast, but the weapon still only reloads fast enough. There's why you don't want to go late. karrigan gets taken down once again by the young man who has been a master on this stage so far. m0NESY is unrelenting. He's going to hold the entire mid wall himself.
Yeah, this has been... Oh, get out!
That's so ridiculous. How does he accurately and that quickly flick and not even overextend? It's not like he's timing the trigger. He nails the at precision every single time. And look at the space this gives JACKZ.
Well, they got 3 ops now. m0NESY can't use them all, so at least one goes down. Twistzz able to find his 9th kill. 1 versus 3. He's got full HP, he's got no utility, and he does not have control of the bomb, and I think this might have to be a save. I don't think he has the time to really go for anything, or the inclination for that matter. Yeah, that's been the fun part of watching m0NESY across this tournament, because we've seen the skill, we've seen the speed building up, but now that he's gotten on the stage and he's had some of these big moments, the clutch against Na'Vi that we saw yesterday was incredible. You're starting to see the confidence and a little bit of swagger come into his play as well. He's getting comfortable, and that means doom for FaZe. That's a tough prospect to go against. Twistzz is going to save the AK-47. G2's up to double digits.
Already as well. So a 10th round on their CT side, just 2 for that of FaZe. And again, it's FaZe's map choice. I'll run you through that again. So Inferno, Mirage, Dust 2, Ancient, Nuke. I thought we were going to need all 5. Well, FaZe might need to show up for that to happen. Right now, just getting absolutely obliterated. m0NESY again. This on karrigan's fast enough, but the one on ropz is even more impressive. This is incredible.
This one right here, that's pretty wild. Nice shot. ropz, no slouch himself. Pretty quick also. Hunter, looks like he wants to push mid one more time. He's got the cover of the AWP, but this time he's going to chill at bench. He knows it's a full buy. He's got to be careful. Flashbang comes out. Twistzz is there. Able to shut him down quickly. NiKo finds the equalizer in response, avenges his cousin, and we're in a 4-on-4 scenario.
Just to note as well, the rounds that were won by FaZe, karrigan got a 3K in the first, and the second round they won required Twistzz getting a 4K. So it's been individual performances. The team game has not been there.
No, but this is what has made G2 so scary after we saw yesterday. That's what kind of had me a little bit worried for this grand finals, is tactically G2 looked so on point. And that was the piece of the puzzle coming into this event I was worried about. I was like, yeah, of course we know they've got the skill. I don't know if they're ready with a new coach, with a new in-game leader, but it's looking great. JACKZ delivering a double kill. Doesn't even need to be up top anymore. ropz, he's got to be put into action, but it doesn't matter. And there's m0NESY to clean it up. The A defense holds strong yet again.
They don't miss. G2 is not missing. The one time they did, Twistzz takes down m0NESY and they get the round. Other than that, everything has been perfect for them. Opening duels, by the way, Twistzz is 4-0, and yet they still can't get things done, even in those rounds. I mean, there's been a number of times we saw Banana. I think it was round 2, he starts off with the Deagle, he gets the opener. Yeah. Round 5, he gets the opener against NiKo, who pushes back down to get a 3-kill. They're getting all the positions back, G2.
All right, back to Deagles and the Lonely Galil on ropz. Second round phase 1 was a scuffed by like this, not quite this bad though. Still, they've got the economy in like a decent point to actually break it, but at this stage of the half, it doesn't even really matter. There's only 1 round left after this one. So economy not even really a factor for G2. It's a little bit more slower pace. FaZe is going to have to just march up Banana and execute onto this B bomb site. They don't have the utility to take control of A. They don't have the utility to force away m0NESY, so they're kind of stuck into this one call. NiKo gets caught. I don't even think there was a flashbang to activate him in any way. That's just a little bit of a gamble that goes against him.
No flash for LXCB in that case. That was just a clean peek.
He might have been dedicated to it, calling for the flash and realizing, and then Alexi's like, I don't have one, but he's already mentally dedicated. m0NESY is going to switch into the site so that the AWP can't get blocked off by the smoke.
Lexi covered off this time. Has a smoke of his own to deploy and delay as he goes back through as well. There was a gap in that because of the Molotov that goes down, but Alexi's able to get behind, but taken down in the end. JKS finally gets an angle onto m0NESY, and they might get another phase. And this was started off in the pistols. This is more what we're used to seeing in that round 2, as you say, but it's taken all game for them to find another one as Hunter's going to try and contain the site at this point in time.
I think he's just got to bail out. I said economy is not a factor, but that doesn't mean you could just throw away 2 rifles for no reason. They're not getting back into this bomb site. Hunter may be looking for some exits. G2 is going to scrape together what they can in the next round. They should be just fine, although probably without the AWP. FaZe have 3. And they got to be looking up at that scoreboard saying, we need the last 2. We just need that opportunity, that small window of opportunity for the second half. Any kind of cushion to make a mistake here or there. Because G2's going to force a couple, you know it. Hunter finds karrigan on the exit. Again, quietly Hunter, 15 kills.
Yeah, that's kind of impressive that he's at 15.
Leading the way. When all the conversation on m0NESY's shots, NiKo, the multi-kills from JACKZ as well. Hunter again is just quietly top of the scoreboard.
G2 certainly won over a lot of fans this week in the Spodek. Expecting quite a bit of support for FaZe, but right now that's rather quiet. Rightfully so, as we find the score pretty heavily in favor of G2. 11-3, last round of the first half. Twistzz again will go toward Banana. Molotovs this time, lots of weapons, lots of arsenal. They'll try and push G2 back.
They've succeeded as well. G2 don't have all the nades they'd want for that kind of utility exchange, and Banana to control it.
Top-rated player in the playoffs, broky, 3-13, yet to find an opening pick as well. So they absolutely need him to come on right now.
T-side's tough for the AWPer. It's understandable, though. Sure, they'd obviously want more production out of him. They want more production out of pretty much everyone on this FaZe team. Hasn't been the best game we've seen from him so far. Final round of the first half. It's 11-3 in the favor of G2. And FaZe have top Banana control, backing away to pick up the bomb. And I think, I mean, if you look at the rounds of success they've had towards this B bomb, so you can understand why they're coming back to it again. This is where they've had all their success in this first half.
Swapping the nades around to get the execution proper. 40 seconds left in the round. ropz is still holding down toward the bottom side of middle, just in case anyone dare try and look for information early. m0NESY's already on the rotation as well. m0NESY's already towards CT at this point. He's smoked off in that position, so he won't be able to get a clean shot when they cross, as NiKo gets in behind. Nubox has LXCB still at the pillar. He pops out late. His teammate already deceased, but he determined to try and shut down the take on his own. No AWP this time for m0NESY as he sprays it. broky's above, and Twistzz knows exactly what that means. He swings out to take him down and keeps broky alive, and that means now he can set up and hold as JACKZ falls. We might get a 4th round for FaZe before this is over. Hunter, we said he was quiet about business, that he was leading the way with 15. Well, now he's going to have to be loud. All attention on him this time. We can't possibly miss frags as he has to find 3 to close back the round. He'll find broky to start it off.
Picks up the kid as well. Give him cover to cross, tough position to clear. Here comes Hunter. Doesn't look left, Twistzz up top, he's got the headshot. Twistzz closes out the half. FaZe have got the final 2, they've given themselves a chance, but what a task they have ahead of them. Down 7 at half. We'll see how it goes when we return from the break. This is a creative pistol round, and G2 might be in a little bit of trouble.
They are still looking out toward Banana right now. JACKZ, the only one on that side. ropz is so far down, though. It's so much information, so the rotations. karrigan already heading in this direction. The problem with that information for ropz is that it may not be relevant. He may just have to leave and start to head over toward B. Good find from karrigan getting through the smoke. That'll drop the bomb for a moment at least. NiKo wanting back in, though. karrigan finds Hunter. That was a nice shot toward the back of the site because NiKo has to pop it back out.
Look at the HP on Twistzz and broky. They're in red. This is going to be so difficult. They don't have to plant the bomb for the moment. JACKZ is looking for the flank. Oh, what a shot. Now you get the bomb planted. There's broky again. HP don't matter if you hit him in the head. It's all on NiKo.
NiKo's nightmares in Katowice, trying to take those back right now. Never neglect him in these situations. He finds broky. That's one of the 2 low HP players. As you say, Twistzz.
Fuse, it's stuck.
You're right, they stuck it the whole time. Twistzz was defusing. They let the high HP player fight. NiKo didn't hear it. And Twistzz will even take him down after the round for good measure, 11-5.
Yeah, I think NiKo might have heard it, but he didn't want to swing quite yet. He didn't want to take the fight. He knew he was swinging that 1v2. He's trying to call the bluff, trying to get them off it one more time and hope they're going to peek into his crosshair. That's a tough pistol round for FaZe to win. A great recovery, because Hunter snuck in right beneath the gaze of JACKZ. They're very fortunate, FaZe, to come back in that round to even begin with. 5-11. FaZe not done yet. But neither is G2. Hero AK on NiKo, although they do have the SMG on Hunter, upgraded pistols as well, plenty of utility. A dangerous second round for FaZe to encounter.
Very dangerous indeed with the AK, especially for NiKo, who's been very impressive in this game. 17 kills for both of the Kovacs, for that matter. The Serbians being rather sensational as NiKo tries to peek in toward Banana. Slow and steady. 1:11 on the clock. Bomb waits at the bottom of middle.
A little bit of spam in halls as well. G2 looking for some kind of indication of what setup they're going up against.
AK's giving up now, isn't it?
Yeah, giving up the game, but they had to have expect something. They expect some kind of a buy. The only thing that's really given up is, you know, NiKo's on the other side with that AK-47, which is scary indeed. It's all down to this play in mid. And Smoke is going to delay that a little bit longer. Look at the time, 38 seconds. It's running low. They might have to go through this.
Flames on the other side of it, though, is going to make that even more awkward if they do run in. And I think broky's certainly expecting it. Spam, trying to bait them toward him potentially as they go with the flash. That's why. He wanted to reveal he was too close for comfort. It didn't have anywhere to fall back to. It baits them into Twistzz, but he's only good for... I'll take it back, I'll take 2, but... broky's the one that now has to hold the site alone as he sits inside behind the box. Lovely headshot to start it off. Tons of damage onto NiKo as well. He goes down to 20. But he still has the AK, 8 seconds. He has to grab that bomb, no chance. This runs over, they're already staring it down. He might get it on kills, though, if they're not careful. karrigan He's done it. JKS is smart about it. karrigan falls, JKS backs off.
JKS might lurk up. He wants to take the bonus money away from NiKo. He can find it at the end, but no, round ends a bit too quick. 11-6, FaZe barely hold on. That was actually pretty dangerous. broky picked a hell of a time to start spamming because he realized when the hit was coming, he had to get the hell out of there. At least took some attention away with him, but he wasn't involved in the fight until a little bit later. Quickly off the back of the pistol, just a 5-round lead, although unfortunately if you're FaZe, you know that AK-47 in the hands of NiKo is still in play, and you saw what he could do tapping karrigan down with red HP. 17 kills on Twistzz. The next closest on his team is karrigan with 9. All that firepower discussed on the desk has not been activated just yet. They had a real rough offensive half. Trying to wake up here on the CT side.
JACKZ, one of the players who sits very close to his monitor, looking very focused in this situation. ropz. Swings out, JACKZ goes down. Man who arrived late to this event, but certainly making his presence known now that he is here. What a mix internationally we have on the stage right now as well. When you consider, Jason, you go back to 2015 when CSGO was starting to get massively popular. It was very much national rosters.
All regional, all by country.
And now, yeah, you've got an Estonian, a Latvian, 2 Serbians, a Canadian. Not that I'm biased in any way there.
Of course not.
And a Dane. JKS from Australia. I mean, this is the most international stage you could arguably say we've ever had in a grand final, as this round, just NiKo to worry about on the AK-47 is already down to 57, and they've lost a man.
Look, anytime NiKo has an AK-47, the round's still in play. 30 seconds, it's gonna be tough to boost up. Hunter's given that away. He's found the information of that boost. NiKo spots nothing, and he can't get anything done. Alexi over the top, drops down. JKS has got him with the jumping SMG. And is even gonna upgrade to that AK-47, 11-7. They're clawing back into it.
Starts with ropz. Now we'll get a timeout the other way. Starting to see a little bit why FaZe would pick this map. CT side looking very strong indeed, but it'll be the first timeout from G2 in this series so far. Again, yesterday, if you want to get into it now, Jason, we certainly can. It was the T side that was incredible from G2, so they're going to be a little bit worried they didn't quite get that start yet.
It was the opening kills that they were providing, that they were getting, especially on boomage towards Banana. They did a great job of overtaking that part of the map, but more than anything, the follow-up on those opening kills was so convincing that Na'Vi couldn't even play for like 2/3 of the rounds in the half. They just had to bail out and save their weapons. So again, if G2's going to find those opening kills and start getting FaZe moving around the map, start thinning that defense, and with some of the ways we've seen FaZe quietly kind of creeping into this game, they can deliver a pretty early knockout punch if they're going to have success in that aspect. We'll find out. First gun round is underway. Alexi B relegated to the MAC-10 as he's dropped a rifle over to NiKo.
Alexi B already deep inside of the banana position. Smoke gonna go deep to mid. And they are pushing again. JKS and Twistzz toward the apartment. Hunter's about to find this out in a bad way, but JACKZ already has the cross now. He's perfectly positioned. That was so well done from G2 to take that back. A moment from disaster, and suddenly they pull it around in their favor as ropz has to come back inside of Boiler. He'll get JACKZ down.
Ooh, almost ate that nade.
Yeah, wow.
Almost perfect timing. Going right at Hunter's position. Him and JACKZ were heads up looking for exactly that. That's the second time we've seen that Halls push, and now a gamble from FaZe. Trying to make it over towards the B bomb site as quick as possible. I don't think G2 realizes it quite yet. This is one of those rounds. They come B, you got a chance at winning. They go A, you just save the weapons. But NiKo's here. Now the MAC-10 is going to get activated. NiKo, this is a good kind of baiting. This is letting your teammate figure out what you're up against, and Alexi's got the final. Great round from G2.
karrigan so close. He saw the nades being thrown. He saw them going over top, expecting the smoke. Somebody comes around the corner thinking he's got a free kill. NiKo's the one that's holding the angle against him. That's the last person I want to run into with an AK-47.
And also, he realized he didn't have the timing to wait for a teammate to flash him into it either. This was the initial hold. The second player following it up, going to trade JACKZ, but Hunter's still over in Halls. Those 2 Halls pushes we've seen from FaZe in the pistol, then in this round, they haven't really yielded FaZe a whole lot. Actually, I'll just say nothing.
That's a good point. Yeah, because ropz, again, you touched on it, the pistol was so deep down there. They still managed to win out that round, but it...
Not based off the Halls push.
Exactly that. It was inconsequential. JKS with a nade bouncing off both walls. The top side of banana, it comes out around the corner and lands on the face of Hunter, but broky now rotating the AWP will be smoked off, goes through that, wants a better angle instead. NiKo's aware of it. Oh, is he ever? That is so smart to read the smoke and know what you're up against with the AWP on the CT side, and he's not done there. JACKZ gets removed. And I think the B site is completely open for business right now if you're G2.
Yeah, entire mission here is to get karrigan out with that AWP. There was a hero AK-47 for G2 in the second round. FaZe pick up a hero up for broky, their star player who's been performing so well, and he just can't handle the shot. NiKo takes his head clean off. 13-7, back to a 6-round lead for G2.
Well, we get that off, all things considered, where it went down as well and how fast NiKo came into the site. They got out very, very quickly.
FaZe's successes on this map have been few and far between. This is tough. NiKo now up to 22 kills. Hunter at 19, again, pretty decent team affair for the G2 side of things. All 5 players in double digits. And again, just looking clean, a solid defense. Offense is starting to get rolling as well. We mentioned those 4 rounds that FaZe was able to eke out in that first half. That's all to just give you a pocket of opportunity, just to be able to kind of cover for one mistake, give you a chance to rebound. They don't have a whole lot more chances. This FaZe defense better get ignited right here, right now.
Sick shot from NiKo. Just a fraction, a fragment to shoot at. It's all he could see. Silhouette, and it's good enough for him to still place a bullet perfectly on his head. FaZe clan all in on this buy. G2 looking very, very near the end of this one at 13 rounds now, and m0NESY. He's gonna get up toward the bench position. Twistzz doesn't peek out far enough, so m0NESY actually has a good hold already. With JACKZ and Hunter, we know how aggressive they've been toward this boiler, the FaZe clan side, but they're not looking to push this time because, as you say, not working for them on each other occasion. Touched on it yesterday in the Mahone pre-video as well. When they take brackets, they'll bait it out with just utility, but when they put bodies here, you know pretty much it's going to be an A execution. So Twistzz giving up space, but he's worried that it's going to go the other direction. This might actually be G2 changing the game a bit, changing from their standard. They're going to fake that out. They forced the defense back. They never had anyone peek or play, so they know they're turtling inside of the site, and they don't want anything to do with it.
Twistzz has flash cleared the rap side, so he's calling out that there's actually nobody here. Now silence on the map over at A, but double and pit, they can't get information at top mid. This round is going to be based off karrigan's utility usage. He's got a Molotov, he's got a smoke as well. There's the first, there's the flashbang out, so G2 is going to be held at bay. That's buying time for broky and Twistzz to start rotating over. karrigan burning alive inside of the fountain. He never thought it would have spread inside the water. Why would you? And JACKZ up on the bootstraps, 1. Falling away finds NiKo as well. That's huge. And now the cavalry has arrived.
Solid hold from JACKZ, not aware that Hunter's planting the bomb, and where he's planting the bomb. It's not toward default, so he can't land the shots inside. Hunter's going to elevate himself as well toward the emo box. As Twistzz waiting as well to rotate, needs ropz to clear CT. They didn't have the information toward mid-late, so they are late to arrive. JACKZ even getting desperate enough to fire through the ruins, the chapel window. Giving up a ton of space on this. Kid in play. ropz the one to hold it. m0NESY out early. Twistzz will take him, but they're not ready for JACKZ. He has the crossfire with Hunter as well. They need to clear both angles. They do it. They spin fast enough.
No time.
The bomb, no time. Absolutely not. ropz is nowhere nearby, and G2 will take another round.
Oh, that's so rough. It just took a little bit too long. A little bit too long. Looking for that mistake. m0NESY gave it to him. m0NESY gave him the mistake, although born by the fact he's so deep into the bomb timer, he was almost probably confused. Oh, it's got to be gutting for FaZe. Successfully finding the kills, but just not going fast enough. This one hurt for karrigan. He puts out the Molotov in front. He never knew there was another one coming behind him. Brutal, brutal way to get killed and a brutal way to lose a round.
Shoot through your teammate if you have to, but unfortunately it doesn't yield in the round. They were slow getting in, slow to rotate, held up at middle. We saw ropz and Twistzz. They were so concerned that someone had actually gotten inside of the arch.
Yeah, very concerned. You have to be. Twistzz had good information. He was continually peeking, but one definitely could have slipped by the net. 7-round lead. G2 just 2 rounds away from taking the opening map, starting these grand finals with a 1-0 lead. Then FaZe trying to come up with one final adjustment to get them on the right path, to see if they can take that first step towards a comeback.
So 3 to beat to start it off. Twistzz will be deploying the reserve utility, as we saw G2, and I think everyone in the future are going to be doing. It's become very common. JACKZ with the taps toward the smoke. ropz way back, windowsill position, not even playing top quad. He can drop quickly, but it does rely on support from apartments as Twistzz will sneak up underneath instead. No one this time at the arch side of the brackets, which is an interesting thing to consider when last round that was also where they lacked information.
Ooh, NiKo the spam, okay. Exchanging damage. This defense is all to stop this play, is all to stop mid control. And I think JACKZ with that boost, it's giving away the indication. They've got numbers here. Maybe they don't want to do anything with it, but Twistzz sticks around. Couldn't get away in time. A 1-for-1 trade, and broky's shifted towards CT spawn. He wants to get involved in the action. It's time for him to step up, but m0NESY has him closed off entirely. Flashbang, and JACKZ could get two. Doesn't expect ropz in that position.
I just swing it around quickly, couldn't do it. ropz already back up behind the box. Hunter's got him down already, as it is just JACKZ.
These hits from G2 are so nice. They've got this defense scrambling to get into effective positions, and there's nowhere safe.
This is for map points. FaZe's map choice as well, and he's not even gonna go for it. He's spotted Hunter, thankfully, and rather was not spotted in return. Just wants to get the AWP further
He's gonna go for it now.
I think he's expecting that he's gonna be pursued.
He's got a one-on-one. NiKo's already bailed out.
Do this. He actually could sneak in on it. He's got a kid to play with. There's still enough time on this bomb, and he's got the AK. With that single kill, he's gonna work his way toward the site. m0NESY as well, already looking to get down toward top middle. JACKZ could be sneaking in completely undetected. m0NESY spots him, comes back in, and now the fight ensues, and now the time will run out. JACKZ, I think, goes down with this bomb as well. He's gonna try to run. You gotta admire the effort, but unfortunately it means they've lost the round. They've lost the chance of saving the AWP, and NiKo was always gonna be hunting for the whole time.
I actually really admire, that's a legit effort from JACKZ. That's almost, I mean, with this kind of a scoreline, yeah, why not go for it? You get the kill on Hunter, you show like you're backing away to save the AWP. NiKo wants to chase that down, so kind of clever from JACKZ to go back for it.
I actually think m0NESY as well probably wouldn't have rechecked site, but NiKo is so far over toward B and saying, I still haven't seen anything, you might as well just take another peek.
That's the other X factor, right? Is, you know, the trust to having the rookie up on the stage to watch the bomb in that fashion. m0NESY delivers again, 15-7. broky left just with the deagle. Same with Twistzz, same with JACKZ.
Tick of damage, the Molotov gives Alexi B away, he'll burn alive. karrigan even hunting down with that MP9 will upgrade onto an AK, so they hit the opening pick again, and m0NESY as well tagged onto 44, will have to fall off at his angle. FaZe can slow this early advantage down.
Well, G2's done a pretty good job of finding equalizers after losing that opening kill. This one might be a little bit more tough. Everyone from FaZe has kind of fallen back. Passive at the A bomb site as well. No one really exposed to danger. Same things happening over at the B bomb site under the cover of the deep smoke. And one more time, again, bodies in a crossfire set up by FaZe to stop this mid control. They couldn't do it last round. Here we go. broky turning from flashbangs. 4 players are here. There's the opening kill. G2 in trouble. Hunter springs to action. m0NESY can't find the shot through the smoke. It's all Hunter. It's all Hunter bulldozing around mid. Now attacking rapid. That means Twistzz has to address his aim in this position. It better be perfect. It better be stellar. Now he knows. Graveyard under attack as well. And so many people to find.
karrigan's still the one that holds the AK as well, and he's removed. He's far over toward the B side. He needs to hurry up. You give Twistzz the AK in that situation, which, again, it's situational based on where he grabbed it from, but that's a clean kill. m0NESY holding and trying to work with his teammates, doesn't want to overcommit to the peak. Bomb is up above. That's the hard part in all of this, is that they got to swing around, but they get the clean kill. Hunter looking for another. They now know where ropz is. m0NESY up close, and he's not even going to bother with the scope. He tries to get in quickly, clips the box, and turns it around. m0NESY's monastery prays once more, as everyone has to just witness greatness, but unfortunately it's not enough for the round. Time expires, and karrigan will carry the AK over.
Tough round, close round. FaZe just enough to stay alive. But still, 7 rounds back. That's not even a reason to be hopeful yet. Good shot from m0NESY in the closing seconds of the round. 7 more in a row for FaZe to force overtime.
Don't rule them out of that situation. As Maniac said on the desk, there's so much skill within both of these teams individually. And at any given point, someone can turn this game on its head on their own. Twistzz is the one that's relegated onto the MP9, and again, it's not the one you'd want to be on that weapon, typically speaking, so is that still an issue and a concern? karrigan removed already.
What are you supposed to do about that? What can you possibly do about that kind of a peak from NiKo? 5 on 4. Bomb is way far back. JACKZ is going to pick that up. There goes Alexi B, but ropz is brought down low. And look at how many players from FaZe have come over to address this problem. They're so scared of this B bomb site at the moment. They've used all their utility, all their smokes to delay this hit. There's a minute left in the round and only one flashbang left.
And they've left Twistzz as the one to hold, so he's trying to play this off angle inside of the cubby because all he has is the MP9. That's why broky's gonna go directly past him and actually head toward the site himself.
He's got to work up some courage and actually get into the bomb site. You don't have the resources for any kind of a retake. broky does have the only kit. He's so worried, so paranoid, and also you're right, with an SMG on Twistzz, probably wanted to stick close by just in case. Now he's finally found his way into the A bomb site. Now the question becomes, is that even enough?
Twistzz trying to take advantage of the smoke at least to get that SMG into a much closer position. No movement yet from the players on B. 23 seconds, Twistzz goes through, he finds NiKo, that's an upgraded gun. broky as well will find JACKZ, but m0NESY's turned around to take down Twistzz, and now broky just trying to buy time. He does drop bomb, he's gonna do better than that, he's gonna drop everyone left alive for G2.
Okay, a 9th round, and probably a little bit of energy that FaZe desperately needed. 6 rounds away, and broky's got the op in hand. We touched on it in the first half. On the T side can be difficult at a very, very slow start to this game. Still not fully into it. 11 and 20 for broky, the highest rated player coming into this grand finals. They'll need him now more than ever. The cousins for G2 leading the way, 23 kills apart on both of them. ropz just spots a lot of intel. However, the economy from G2 has been ripped out of their hands. It's just unarmored pistols. So a little bit of breathing room for FaZe, a little bit of a reprieve from all the pressure that's been on them.
JACKZ again going to be pushing down. They have started to look for consistent pressure on Banana from the FaZe sides. broky starts. AWP top side of Banana. Surely there's no one else deep, so this could be beneficial for JACKZ. That's the setup in the play. It's the ambition. ropz even going back out, knowing that they're not inside of the arch yet. He'll take the fight from top middle. This is a slaughter. I know it's against pistols, but this is good ambition from FaZe as they have every angle covered off and they work in tandem.
All right, 15 to 10. It's not just pistols this round. AK-47's being picked up by the G2 attack. They just need one more. 3 in a row as FaZe is building back up into the game. Staying alive, keeping their head just barely above water on Inferno. Map 1 of the IEM Katowice Grand Finals. Fast pace towards Banana, the play has been called. Hunter's gonna turn that corner, JACKZ has got him. Huddled behind, another flashbang from karrigan. Utility starting to be impactful. JACKZ starting to be impactful. And this round is all but done.
Still a tough task to find these 5 more, considering what they're up against and how much firepower. As we continue to say, G2 has had in this event. But it's a long series, and arriving in this fashion late will certainly build them into it. They're not done with this round, certainly as the bomb sits in their possession. broky expecting a boost perhaps, and likely they know that he's going to be on the corner somewhere holding this angle. So a boost might not be out of the equation. JACKZ sees the flash, makes no mistake on it. JACKZ will at least punish him back in return. However, that's the only kill thus far. And with 50 seconds left and not a whole lot of map to use, JACKZ is really just waiting his time out in this one.
Yeah, quad kill for the stand, and that's magnificent. Ooh, good shot from JACKZ. Nothing gets taken away, though. And you gotta, I imagine in the G2 camp, they're starting to feel it. They're starting to feel a little bit of pressure building. This is now 4 rounds in a row for FaZe. Coming back into things. This round was convincing. Last round, they didn't really have a whole stand into the bomb site either. A pair of rounds now that has just fully slipped away from them. Round 27 is live. Weaker investment as G2's economy, without access to these bomb sites in the past 4 rounds, it's been completely busted and they're being kept as low as possible, even with the full losing bonus, not able to fully invest.
JACKZ getting more and more confident in this position, is pushing down. He's now 1 and 6 in opening kills. I know that's not a great statistic, but at least he's gotten one in his favor in that situation, but also he's tied with Twistzz and ropz for the most amount of multi-kills, his 5th in the previous round. So he's definitely having an impact, as you say, Jason, getting closer and closer to a tied scoreline and trying to force out this overtime. NiKo gets a spot toward top banana, but doesn't land the shot.
Hunter's at the end of halls over towards A. He'd love if his teammates could take some attention away, probably towards mid as they come back. Gonna try and lurk, and if there's an opportunity to hop out and wrap around in lane, that might be the opening provided, but ropz has his eyes trained on it for the moment, and that also depends on his teammates having some kind of success. There's the move. There's the shift into position. I'm not sure if ropz realizes it. Molotov out towards lane. JACKZ with another opening kill. Let's make that a second. He's doubled up. Over towards rap side, it's broky. Just a standard shot, but he makes it look good, and oh, m0NESY's jumped right past him, and the pistol comes out. Actually, he hit JACKZ all the way behind. A missed shot that still hits, he'll take it.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
Exactly that. It's, why am I catching strays back here? As he actually hits the second player that was inside of the smoke. Either way, that works beneficially for him as he takes the pistol out to close the round. We are now 3 apart.
Second timeout called by G2 as well. Time to talk things over.
FaZe now leads in opening and multi-round kills. Now, the multi-round kill statistic, we go back to what we said yesterday with Navi. It's because everyone on G2 is firing, so you're not going to get as many multi-kills if everyone's contributing. But the opening kills for FaZe is both impressive and worrying, because they haven't been able, especially in the first half, to take advantage of those man advantage situations, those 5-on-4s, those 5-on-5s.
Yep.
Yeah, poor JACKZ never had a chance.
No, he didn't even see it coming, did he?
Just a homing missile.
It happens. All right, 15-12 out of the timeout. What's G2's call? Where do they go with this? m0NESY is going to have the AWP back in his hands. FaZe got a little bit of life in him. 3 rounds remaining in this map, or it's overtime. 3 more chances for G2, and boy, have they had so many. Hunter burning down very, very low. Going to evacuate the position away from the flames. Remember, they started with 8 chances to close out this map in regulation. That's dwindled so quickly.
And it's confidence inspiring for FaZe. Even if they don't close this now, you know the karrigan, with all his experience, with all of the leadership he has.
Yeah.
First thing he's going to say between maps is, hey, we came back. We had a slow start.
We play like that earlier, we win this game.
Exactly. It was just a slow start, guys. Let's just come out flying next game. It's going to give them just that little bit of motivation they need.
That's the future speech, but now for the moment, this speech is all about 1 round at a time. 5 in a row for FaZe. Looking for 3 more. NiKo at the half wall. They have banana control. Hunter with that HP is just gonna have to lurk. He's got 1 Molotov as well. Marching up, JACKZ and broky to defend, and they have another smoke between them. I think G2 might have to come through at least 1 smoke here. Time is running low. There's the flashbang, here's the hit. JACKZ tucked into the corner, blinded, but JACKZ doesn't fully clear it. He didn't spot things. NiKo's gonna wrap around, but there's gonna be no one available. Ooh, this is gonna be tough to break into. 1 kill towards CT spawn. Still 2 defenders to address inside the bomb site.
AlexiB's trying to keep his head down because he's buying space for the wrap. Now NiKo will be known. broky can only do so much. How does he find NiKo as well as Hunter? Oh, you almost thought he was gonna land that too. ropz will come around. m0NESY falls. And it is just Hunter remaining with ball, trying to plant to keep his head down. He had to hold. They were in the reds. 9 seconds, but he's now dead, and it's going to be FaZe 1 round closer.
Talk about gaining energy and gaining confidence in this comeback. That brought karrigan onto his feet. There's broky arriving, finally making some noise in this game, having a huge impact. If he doesn't get NiKo there, that round is done. It's over. He's kept them alive here, going into round number 29, 15-13. Oh, absolutely spectacular the way he stays alive. What a great adjustment as well. m0NESY not quick enough to handle ropz. He's cooled off on that T side. Both offers having rough T halves.
Yeah, absolutely true.
And look at the buy that G2's got. Even with 2 rounds remaining, only 1 of them is going to be a gun round.
We haven't really seen m0NESY as well. I mean, every series we've had so far on the stage was 2-0. We haven't seen m0NESY be in a position where he's under pressure, where he has fallen off. And you could argue in the first series, the second map, he didn't have to do as much, but it wasn't like there was suddenly a focus on the need for the ops. So how does he actually overcome that? I mean, there's still things we don't know on this stage from him. He's passed all the other tests so far. JACKZ is certainly passing the test of being the most incredible stand-in you could possibly imagine, but hang on, Hunter's wrapped. karrigan has to look in both directions. He does get Hunter down, but he's lost a lot of HP in the process. They still have the one-man advantage. Bomb is planted, however, for G2. And an M4 picked up for m0NESY as JACKZ is gonna try and cover him with the deagle. Double peek position, karrigan, clean, concise headshot kill, and JACKZ wants the weapon back. If he picks that up though, karrigan's gonna identify that immediately. Instead though, he'll play on top of the bomb, knowing they're gonna come from both directions. Shot out, can't quite catch karrigan, he's off the mark, and we are now 1 round away from a tie game.
Oh, that's so dangerous. G2 has actually found success at wrapping around this bomb site in towards ruins, in towards construction, and making that portion of it work, but they have not really been able to cleanly take that bomb site, even with that solid position. 1 round left. 7 straight for FaZe. Most of this map was scratching your head, wondering if they were ever gonna show up. And here we are, round number 30. G2 with 1 more chance. Trying desperately to marshal G2. Don't subject your fans to overtime. Don't subject yourselves to overtime. Not in the first map of the grand finals, not when you had such a lead. And look at the confidence instilled in broky now after a quiet start to the game. Now he's pushing up in towards halls. He's getting information, he's shrinking the map. Oh, miscommunication though. That's a disaster. An absolutely crumbled defense. Thank God for the trade, but man.
Hunter gave that back, nade out. You're absolutely right, that could have been catastrophic. You do all the work to get back in this situation and one small detail missed. And the other aspect of this mental game is what we talked about getting back into it for FaZe, but NiKo's nightmares. Again, on this stage, does he start to crumble? Where does his mentality go? We've seen so many times the emotion that he has.
Well, they can't punish the evacuation from Closet. Twistzz, goes down. JACKZ is blind. Unfortunately, I think he spots him just before the flash pops. I'll tell you what, though, you want to talk about mind games. karrigan over at the B bomb site says, we've stopped you here so much in this comeback. You have to go back towards A, but that's crumbling as well.
ropz is in a huge amount of trouble. He's going to try and take matters into his own hands. Couldn't find the second shot fast enough, but JACKZ, he drops in. Oh, talk about a custodian. Talk about a superstar. Talk about the elite. ropz is on a rope, and we're going to overtime, baby.
That true blueness exclusive. I call that the Tribe Called Quest featuring Q-Tip. I do this coming out the wazoo with newness, shocking these con artists with the ruthless. Pioneers laid the foundation with the blueprint. All you gotta do is what you feel. Ain't no rules to this dish. We hostile, so when you see smoke coming out my nostrils, I'm about to breathe fire through my tonsils. Dock you, your opinions are not the gospel. If you ain't holding the door open, then you an obstacle. Baby bam spitting out the wop bobbaloo. Without a DJ, none of these jams will be possible. I walk tall, carry a big staff, and when I go back to the home of hip hop, they call me Af. You don't see me where I'm at in the lab, with memories on my mind that never could be gentrified. You get down.
Recovery as well, considering I think he was the one who kind of miscommunicated and let his teammate die, let broky die up in hole. So I mean, he stepped up, and you have to remember that's one of the hardest positions. That's some of the hardest multi-kill to have when you're getting wrapped upon from behind. That play jumping out of balcony in towards lane is the direct counter to that, and he still handled the situation just so perfectly. Man, both these pickups for G2 and FaZe that they made at the start of this year have been delivering throughout this tournament. This has been phenomenal. 15-15.
It's two teams that are literally built with so much firepower that when they're going off like this, you are guaranteed excitement. It's so sick to watch. But now, we start overtime. 12.5K money, just to note.
Before we get too far into this, because ropz is going to have that crazy highlight and obviously a massive impact. broky started to hit as well. I guess make sure we're giving some props over to Twistzz, who is carrying FaZe in terms of fragging, in terms of impact, really early on in this game, allowing his teammates sometimes to wake up into the series, wake up into the first map of the grand finals. G2 have lost 8 rounds in a row, all of them on this T side. That conversation, that communication between regulation and overtime had to be a nightmare, and it continues. They've lost everyone, this time through smoke. NiKo goes down.
broky looking sharp as well. CT side certainly been the stronger. People have been talking about it quite a bit lately. The M4A1S being so powerful, as well as, again, I think especially on a map like Inferno, where you can hold B with such a specific amount of utility, that being able to have that sort of cache that everyone's putting there outside of the ruins is super significant also. As CB sneaks into the site, karrigan will drop him down, and they start off the overtime exactly how they finished regulation, by taking now a 9th round in a row.
Absolutely wild from FaZe to take control of this game. This is huge. broky playing very well so far. A couple of kills here towards middle, even taking down m0NESY. Gotta say as well, NiKo has been, we talked about kind of his struggles on this stage, on the IEM stages around the world. He's, you lose this Inferno to this kind of a comeback, and then all of a sudden you've got a plethora of really nightmarish comeback losses on Inferno.
There's one other
there's a big one
on G2 that's used to losing games that arguably they should have won in this arena as well. Ocelot's looking to overcome that today. Not going very well for him, but we're not done yet.
Still early.
Started. JACKZ takes down NiKo. Good start again for FaZe as it sits to a 5-on-4 early. m0NESY still sitting way back toward behind the smoke and bottom mid. Will take a shot into it, but no one trying to retake that position yet from FaZe.
What do you do if you're G2 at this point? Have they just completely run out of gas in the tank? This is a disaster. 4-on-5. They need this, but now it's a 3-on-5. broky, he knows he's close up. He's ready. He's ready for the second swing, and that's great from m0NESY, but can you actually build upon it? Hunter lurking up to have some impact. This needs to go quick.
m0NESY, oh, ropz again. I was gonna say m0NESY's wrap is so important. I didn't think ropz had the vision through the smoke, and Twistzz holds the crossfire. He was a dead man. Twistzz was dead if ropz doesn't hit that shot. 17-15. And still no response on this T side from G2. Thankfully, they started this game so well, they've got timeouts left over.
Yeah, exactly.
One now.
They didn't have to use it. I think they even got one more after this, but I mean, you just think of the streak, think of the pressure that's mounted upon them, think of how difficult this has been. This is 10 rounds in a row for FaZe.
Remember a moment ago, I mentioned JACKZ, 1 in 6 on opening duels. Now that he's been rolling on the CT side, he has been on fire at Banana. He has 5 of the last 7 openers in that position.
Yeah, and what an important thing to have. What an important part of the map to be able to hold on to on your CT side. We've seen karrigan very much just start trusting him a little bit more to stick there alone, able to rotate some extra players away, able to stack up towards that A bomb site. And under his guys, under karrigan's leadership, FaZe has closed off both bomb sites. There's no access anywhere on the map for G2. Now they're even struggling just to gain a foothold at brackets, at top mid. They're struggling with the basic elements of map control.
Early smoke, top middle. We saw yesterday Na'Vi use this brilliantly for a run boost with Simple. That's not the ambition here. Instead, they just want to cross over. ropz even going through the flames. Goes down to 55, but he's there to strike before JACKZ had any idea he was there. He backs down the hall, no one to spam it. He's clean to get away. He'll fall back inside of the site. Meanwhile, NiKo, the Bosnian, as I said Serbian, Yanko's got me confused on that, but the Bosnian working his way up Banana.
Yes, it's all Yanko's fault. That and all the tech issues.
I always will blame him for everything.
2-round lead for FaZe. Final round of this first half of overtime before they switch over. Opening kills was the name of the game yesterday for G2 in the semifinals against Na'Vi, but this time they're all going against him. The tides have turned completely. Another 4-on-5 scenario. broky rotates over to the B bomb site, feels the pressure there. Might be thinking that possibly the attacks on this side of the map could be coming back after so many rounds of silence here at B.
Slower pace to this round after that opening kill that came quite quickly from ropz getting to the position, but now it's looking like we're going to be heading toward the A side of the map, and karrigan, oh, this is perfect. He's pushing down Banana exactly at the time they want to set up. He needs to slow his pace slightly, though, because NiKo can hear him coming. Doesn't matter, he's already got him. And m0NESY, karrigan not done there. karrigan carries them all in caskets away from middle as ropz closes it out with the grenade.
Oh, that's so brutal. That is absolutely insane. I have no clue how to recover if you're G2. I don't think they have any clue at all. I think all the ideas have been taken away from them. I think they've been ruined.
This is like mental victory as well, right? This is map 1 of the best of 5. You have a huge start, and then FaZe come back right now already. Ooh.
And you brought up a very good point, obviously. They haven't felt this level of pressure throughout this run in the Spodek, throughout these playoffs. This is a whole new animal. This is a whole new thing up on this stage in the grand finals, trying to overcome all the demons in the past of the organization, of the individual players. We talked about it. NiKo has lost the most IEM grand finals of any individual player that we have in the scene. There's a lot to overcome here for G2. There's a lot of baggage that comes with this grand final.
That is certainly something you have to look at in NiKo's career. I know a lot of people are considering him now in the argument for greatest of all time. Greatest of all time, maybe not so much, but it's #1 player currently in the scene, right?
Certainly playing at it like it at various points, yeah.
Definitely the best rifle as well, which is worthy of note because #1 player has not taken over that position using the rifle for, what, 3-4 years now? Cold Zero, the last one to do it. So he's definitely has an argument, but if he can't keep winning titles, if he keeps losing in finals, that's always going to hold him back.
This is a team loss, though. I mean, I don't know what the conversation is going to be. FaZe has won 11 in a row. If you drop this map with an 8-round lead in regulation, 12 straight rounds for FaZe, I don't even know how you begin to recover for the next map. Here we go. FaZe lining up. Hits coming in. m0NESY has to wake up this second half on the T side. He struggled. Can he get his confidence back on the defensive side? G2's defense was a wall in regulation. Hunter's going to carry it on here for the opening kill.
Be in for a long night on just the opening map, but the T's finally coming alive. That's the side that's been haunting for them. m0NESY can't step up this time as he tries. He lags. He does all the damage. karrigan's on 1, broky's on 14, but it is just NiKo and aleXiB that remain as the bomb is planted. ropz already in good position. Sprays in. Damage is there. aleXiB is on 12 HP. He's got 12 kills in this game, and no more this round either as he gets taken out. That nade is well placed from the grave. Not going to matter. It's over as FaZe somehow turn this back.
And it's ropz again. He ends regulation to bring him into overtime, and he ends it there as well. What a stunning performance from FaZe. That is absolutely brutal. I have no words for the pain that this has to be. It's just map 1, but there's plenty coming.